I told you from I met you, right? I was like, the first thing that I was so shocked by, I was like, you're so down to earth. Like, just like you come across like a regular person.
I think it's sort of the, listen, I get that I've been blessed. Like I totally understand that. But both my parents were sort of really, they made sure we understood how lucky we were. My mom, she escaped communist Czechoslovakia, right? Like under that time. And so growing up, like from the age of 5 or 6, she sent me there every summer in the 80s, like behind the Iron Curtain. And it was like, oh, I get it. And so I think we just had an appreciation for our country, how lucky we were. We always got it. So I think that makes a difference.
Yeah. Like walking through Mar-a-Lago yesterday, I was like, I was kind of surprised that like you get your hands dirty like a good amount. Like this is how I thought. Let me give you the perception, right? Mm-hmm. And I have a bunch of questions that certain people knew I was going to be. And say like, if you don't ask them this, like you can't come back, right? So we'll get to that. But first impression when Chris says to me, he's like, "Yo, you're gonna go sit down with Donald Trump Jr." I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a thing where I probably don't even get to connect with you, even on a personal level, just because I'm thinking like you're surrounded by security, staffers, a million people, except you like. You can pull up.
I was your driver last night.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember meeting you at UFC when I met your dad.
Down in Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great night.
And I remember when I was trying to get a picture taken with your dad, and then you're the first one who was like, "No, I'll take the picture. It's cool." And for whatever reason, that shocked me a little bit, just because like we kind of the perception that I have of someone of that opulence or that stature, it is like. Yeah, you probably don't do regular things. You don't move around like a regular person.
Yes. I mean, like I said, I get some of those things. I think for us, it was always with my dad. It was like, hey man, if you're going to get into real estate, you're going to build buildings. Like, you better know how to dig the foundation. Right. So, like, I mean, I worked on job sites my whole life as a kid growing up. Right. I put up sheetrock. I dug foundations. I ran chainsaws, clearing landscaping stuff for golf courses. So, his logic was like, we started at the bottom rung and sort of worked that way. Hey, when you go do build it eventually, like, you know how much it costs, you know how long it takes, you understand what goes into it. And no one's going to bullshit you. So, there was a component of really actually understanding, and I think he was very different than probably a lot of the friends I grew up with in like New York City. And again, I don't pretend like I came from I grew up on the 70th floor of Trump Tower. Like what I mean? Like it's different, but like he made sure we understood that other side and that we worked that way. It wasn't like congratulations, here's your corner office, and now you start learning. It was really different. I started working at 13 away for summers, and like that's what we did. And then my mom was the same way, kind of. Pushing that, so they all understood that. That's not to say we weren't spoiled, but we were spoiled with like cool experiences. We got to hang out with some pretty cool people. We had some conversations last night about that. Like
you told me you lived next door to Michael Jackson.
I did. Michael literally lived next door to us for like a couple of years in Trump Tower. Like I used to play Nintendo with Michael Jackson growing up as a kid, and Michael was a unique guy. I mean, one of the great talents probably anywhere. Had his own I guess some issues just growing up in that kind of stardom. And
hold on, are we talking about white-faced Michael or black-faced Michael?
I mean, transitional Michael. Like, like this is sort of in between, right?
Like, a lot of Michael, I get it.
My soft voice, but that was always kind of the case. But like,
and folk, them white people lost their mind.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We ain't even been in this interview, not even 10 minutes. Michael Jackson jokes. Okay.
My first concert was Thriller.
Yeah, okay.
Right, which was like, and that was a time where like we can talk about Drake and Kendrick and Jay-Z and whoever it is. Like at that time, there was one dude, and it was Michael. Like it wasn't like who's the biggest, dude. There was one guy, and it was Michael. And like, like I said, he was our neighbor for years, but he also was like sort of like very different than those other guys, right? Like he was like a big kid, basically. I think he never really probably had a childhood. He was pushed into stardom. Whoever it was, they just worked him for so long that, like honestly, I think like hanging out with us at times was like he got to be a kid, even if he was, I don't know, his 30s. You know what I mean? Like I was 12. You know what I mean? And I remember I got pissed at Michael one time because I was playing with my brother and him, and we got like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And again, my parents made us work for stuff that we want. We lived in Trump Tower, but like if we wanted something like, here's the goal, you got to go work for it, you'll get it. And so, Michael's like, this is peak Michael, and it's like, he loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nintendo game that we were playing. And my dad's like, oh yeah, you should just take it. I'm like, what? Like it's Michael Jackson. He can call someone at Nintendo. They'll send it to him. He was like, oh yeah, that's great. I'll take it. I'm like, well, I took my Nintendo game. I was like, this is bullshit. But it was cool. So it was interesting growing up that way.
Wow. Among the many people you've met, you still keeping like, how's your father like in his demeanor with you? Because it felt like there was a lot of discipline. Like, even just talked to you yesterday, and that had to be instilled in you. And how do you do that though? Like,
honestly, that's probably my mom.
Really?
That was my mom. Like my mom, was like that Eastern European, like, nope. Like, we grew up in communism. Like, she took care of business that way. Like my dad, I think he got, he made himself available, but it was on his terms. Like, it's like, if I was with him, it's like, we're going to go look at a job site and you can always come, but like, we weren't playing catch. We were going on a job site, right? It was different. My mom was sort of the drill sergeant. Like, this is what you're doing. It's just really good management. My dad kind of took over once it's like, oh, you're done with business school. Now your ass is mine. Now I can, so it was unconventional, but it sort of worked.
Pause. I said pause, nigga. Mind you, LeBron is spending $2.5 million on his body. Pause.
I would give it to Barkley. Pause. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, but I'll let you go. Pause. It's a luxury to have a big man. Pause. They gave him the soft one. The hard one. Pause. Pause, nigga.
Yeah. So, in the world I come from, as soon as they hear I'm sitting with you, a million things that they've thought or heard come to the service. Yeah. They're like, well, you're going to sit with him or you got to be a sellout. And then that comes with, hey, that guy doesn't like black.
Yes.
People. That guy's racist.
Yeah.
You had a comment in Vanity Fair where you're like, well, if my dad was racist, like he was pretty bad at it, right?
And, well, I mean, if you look at the history, look at some of the people, that have come out, even recently, whether Tyson from back in the day, but he'll say it to this day. It's like, hey man, Trump's the only guy that was always honest with me. I may not have always taken his advice, but I should have.
Yeah.
There's pictures of me, back at, actually, I think it was like Tyson Spinks back in like 80s. Like it's me on a way to bowl cut. I'm sitting on Herschel Walker's lap, one of the great NFL players of all time. Like I used to go to Disney World with Herschel Walker and his family because my dad was like, I'm not taking you to Disney World. Like go with Herschel. Like,
What the hell?
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers.
you can tag along with it. Like I'm like, if you're not letting a kid go at 6 years old. You know what I mean? You're just not doing those things. And then you talk about sort of all the rap songs and dude, and all the guys we hung out with. You know what I mean? Like between Atlantic City, between sort of the events and the entertainers, like I had dinner with half the people that magically became haters like 8 years ago. I'm like, I don't know, dude, it was weird. Like 3 months ago when we had dinner, you didn't seem to have a problem with any of these things. Like
he was one of the most mentioned people in rap songs. Like everyone wanted to be like Trump, had money like Trump. They was getting it like Trump. They were spending it like Trump. Until it became political.
Yeah. Well, and again, that was sort of the interesting thing. And I understand the game, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? But it was interesting when you have people that like you actually considered like real friends. That was like it was just convenient for them. Whether it's my record label will be just fine with me shit talking.
There was a big song, by two rappers. One that passed away, Nipsey Hussle and YG was like, "Fuck Donald Trump." That was the song.
Yeah, I mean that was so opposite of everything we'd ever seen. But even
when that's happened, what are you feeling like? Because now like culture and just like you guys have been in this entertainment sphere. Obviously been doing real estate and business, but like your dad's like a star, right? And he's been beloved. And then look, instantly things change. Come down to elevator.
Well, it turns out that's 100% true, right? I mean, it's not even, but what was interesting and what people don't think that they're like, the outrage was right then. No, it wasn't. The outrage came about 2 weeks later when he started actually making gains.
Okay.
Right?
So
he started winning. It was like, okay, it's not a big deal. This is fine. The second he started winning, that's when it was like, oh yeah, this is what it was. And the racist thing sort of sucks because it's like, I guess it's become like the easy button for anyone who doesn't actually have facts or points. So it's like, oh, like racist. We're talking about math. Like, what do you mean it's racist? Like, and the problem with it is now it almost feels like the pendulum always overcorrects, right? So I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I will say it's not the cause of and solution for all of life's problems.
Yeah,
which is I guess it's sort of become that for many, at least on the left, right? It's like that's the easy button. Anything's racist. And what the problem is for people who are actually affected by that, and there is some. At this point now, you hear it, it's like you roll your eyes, you move on because like, well, if everything's racist, then nothing's racist, right? It's like, and that's the problem. So those who are actually afflicted, and there is some. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm not saying it's not an issue in our country and across the world. I've traveled the world, and there's places far more racist than anything I've seen in America. And I've been in, they try, oh, if you're conservative, you're racist. Like, I don't know, man. I've been pretty far into the heart of like the deep right, and like it couldn't be further from the truth. But it doesn't matter, right? That's a narrative.
Well, also that narrative even like you know, I remember, I can't remember who said it, but most famously, they're like, yo, hey, that red MAGA hat that's the new KKK hat.
Yeah, I'm like, really? Like, but then you see, like, if you have a black conservative, it's like, well, that person's instantly racist. I'm like, well, what do you mean? You know, you can have different viewpoints. I think it's so important to actually, you know, have that dialogue. I mean, if you look at the, you know, you look at an administration, you look at even the things, you know, my father's administration did for the black, before we talk about even the economy, but like, you know, the permanent funding of historically black universities, right? Kind of a big deal. Like, why didn't others do that before?
Yeah.
Trump's so racist. Why didn't the Democrats do all of these things? You had, you know, obviously opportunity zones in the inner cities. It's probably not benefiting me, right? But it is benefiting a lot of other people. You had, you know, the First Step Act, and like, hey, guess what? Someone smokes weed. Like, we're not going to throw them in jail for 25 years anymore. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, these were actually like serious gains that, you know, probably benefit certain communities a lot more. And yet, if Trump does it, it's like, well, that doesn't matter. That should have always been the case. It's like, fine, maybe it should have. Why didn't anyone do it?
Do you think most of these media? The one thing I've realized, and this is why I like politics. Like, you know, I like where I exist in like culture and music, because politics seems so divisive, even if it does nothing right. And if I watch the other, it says the exact opposite. So, you know, it's hard to, you know, if you're someone who, like me, you know, I like to listen to both sides of the argument, and I think I'm a logical enough person. I'll be like, well, you both kind of are right, but depending on how I feel and how I want to move forward, I'm going with this guy, right?
Yeah, well, they've got rid of nuance, right? There's no more like you have to be 100% this or 100% that, or you're in like this no man's land.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't work. And I'm with you. Like, I like having that conversation, you know, and figuring out what that nuance is. And you know, that's contrary to everything, you know, they say about me. I'm the most extreme human being in the world. I was listening back when you were sort of just doing the chat, you know, talking Hunter Biden. And I understand that, you know, I am not the upstanding citizen that Hunter Biden is with, you know, crack pipes and hookers and like, but if that was like the Don Jr. laptop, and there was videos of me with hookers taking a billion from China.
If you got a crack pipe,
this was a crack pipe instead of a cigar. Like,
oh man,
they'll give me shit for smoking a cigar, but like,
wait, do we have one? We go viral. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Hey, someone bring me my crack pipe. You know.
Dude, that's some.
You're done. You're done.
What the hell are we listening to? I don't know what we're listening to. Okay.
But it's like, I look at that, I'm like, wait a second. Like, you know, I'm the scumbag, but that guy's, no, he just has an addiction problem. Like, listen, everyone, like, people have these things. Like, it doesn't absolve you from being like a piece of shit in every other aspect of your life. Like, you know, so I love some fair treatment in these things. You know, we don't get that from the media. Although it's coming around. I mean, like, listen, you see guys, you know, you're going to be more culture, but like, you see sort of the rise of other people talking politics, whether it's
more independent media,
even, you know, the Tate brothers and stuff like that. They get in there, they're talking about these things, and people are finally like, oh, wait a minute, like the nonsense I heard on the news, you know, they're busy. It's hard, man. It's not easy to get by in this world, no matter what, right? Like everything's hard.
Yeah.
You know, you may not pay attention to these things day in and day out, right? You're listening in the background and, oh, this must be true. Like, why would they lie? But now you see everything, whether it's the narrative about COVID, whether it was, you know, with Trump, Russia, like, he's a Russian asset. He's working, like, I'm like, yeah, he needed the money. Like, but it didn't stop it from being like the real story for years, right? I mean, they wanted to, you know, put me, I did 50 hours of congressional testimony for treason. Treason, that is a crime punishable by death. But apparently for being a Russian asset, which now it turns out to be bullshit, but it didn't stop it from being bullshit for 3 years when they're doing these things to you to try to break you. It's sort of, it's what you see with the trials right now. I mean, in New York, you hear, oh, Trump did this. They don't tell you congressional testimony for treason. Treason, that is a crime punishable by death. But apparently for being a Russian asset, which now it turns out to be bullshit, but it didn't stop it from being bullshit for 3 years when they're doing these things to you to try to break you. It's sort of, it's what you see with the trials right now. I mean, in New York, you hear, oh, Trump did this. They don't tell you that they changed the law in New York to be able to go after him. They took, you know, they're letting go actual like hardened criminals that are beating up cops in the streets. They're turning those felonies into misdemeanors, whereas they take at best a misdemeanor for my father and turn it into a felony. They move the statute of limitations because it's expired to be able to go after a political enemy. I mean, these are the people that are screaming about fascism, and they're acting a lot like the fascists, you know?
What's like not only yours, but like even your father's relationship with media? Because like I do think the first time like Americans heard or even questioned what they heard from whatever news source they had was when your father came out and said, that's fake news, that's not true. And even if necessarily every time he used that phrase, it was about something that was actually not true, it actually made people rethink the sources they were getting it from.
I think 100%. Listen, I think he historically had a great relationship with the media, right? When he was just like a real estate guy and hung out with cool people and whatever, it's like
he used to be doing interviews all the time.
You could call, you know, you could work a story and like, you know, you could get some benefit of the doubt. You could be like, hey, listen, here's what actually happened. Now it doesn't matter. Like you can show it. Like I've been in the room when stuff happens, you know, big stuff. And it's like, you see the reporting on it. I'm like, dude, I was there. Like I got 5 people that will tell you, no. We have a source that says this. I go, they tried doing it to me. It was like one of these, you know, it used to be one of these big magazines that now has gone out of business because it was all bullshit the whole time. But they did this to me. It's a couple of years ago when my father was still in office. They're like, we have a reliable source that says you were on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein to the Epstein Island. I'm like, it just didn't happen. But it didn't matter. Like, I was like,
wait, they ran that?
No, they were feeding me the story. Like, what do you have to say? Like, I wasn't.
Also, they hit you for comment.
So then I'm going back, and it was like from 8 years prior. And then I was like, well, you mean this island? So I went to a friend of mine was like develops resorts. He was opening up this island, not Epstein Island. And I was like, you mean that? It was like, well, that may have been, but apparently Jeffrey Epstein was there. You flew with him, so we're going to label you, a pedophile. I'm like, never happened. I actually did fly down private with someone, and I remembered, but like, who keeps flight logs from 12 years prior or whatever it was? So they were so desperate to try to put me in there. But I called the guy. I was like, hey, listen, I know there's a long shot. He's like, oh, dude, my pilot's so good. He keeps meticulous records. They had the flight logs. I said it to the guy. Now, if you print it, I'm going to sue your ass off. And dude, it was like I ripped his heart out because he didn't care about the truth. He just wanted to fuck me. You know what I mean? Like it didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter what.
What the hell? Pause. He paused. I said pause, nigga. Mind you, LeBron is spending $2.5 million on his body. Pause.
I would give it to Barkley. Pause. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, but I'll let you go. Pause. It's a luxury to have a big man. Pause. They gave him the soft one. The hard one. Pause. Pause, nigga.
I don't know what to say.
What actually happened? He wanted to do. I go, hey, you know what? Why don't you write the story about Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, all these guys in the media, all these TV personalities that actually went to the island like 56 times? Maybe explain that because you were really, really into writing a story that I was maybe on the plane. Turns out it's, and when I broke your heart by proving it wrong, so there's no interest in the truth. It's just how they further sort of their objective. And in this case, they're just working for that stuff,
So how do you have, I think that extends even to like where even my business is, right? Like I do a lot of business on social media. I famously told a story because when I first joined Rumble, everyone was like, yo, this guy's now, he's right wing. And I was like, you guys don't even know who I've ever voted for. Hey, I might like one candidate, but it doesn't mean I'm just like, I'm aligned with the entire party. Instantly, everyone was like in an uproar saying like, I'm just this right wing guy. And I brought up this fact. So like on last election cycle, we do paid ads on certain platforms. It's part of our media strategy. Only the Democrats came to us with paid campaigns. Hey, let's throw this into the mix. Hey, we have this ad slandering Trump. We have this ad saying whatever. They're actually having a imprint to some extent on the platform. But I was never labeled a left-wing platform, or I was labeled like, hey, whatever. But now it was a problem just because I wanted to even listen to the other side. Well, actually, and even when I spoke about politics. But joining Rumble, that wasn't even a political move. That was a business move. They looked at it and say, well, on that site, there are right-wing leaning people, which means you must align like that because, you're trying to line your pockets on that level.
I mean, I came on Rumble because I came on, I was like one of the second or third verified users on Rumble. Chris reached out to me through Dan Bongino and was like, hey, and this was going on while like Twitter threw my father off. And I had a pretty big following there and other places. And I could see the shadow bans on, the Meta platforms and Instagram. It's like,
that's what I was going to say.
Man, I got 7 million followers on Instagram and like, I used to get 500,000 likes a post. If I get 50,000, it's a big post right now. Like that didn't change. Like I haven't had any growth in 3 years. It's just, I don't conform to what they want. And so they're going to suppress it, right? So I got on Rumble because it's free speech. And by the way, there are plenty of people that are leftists that probably disagree with everything that I say. And like, that's fine. I'm not going to not join Rumble because they're allowing other people, but all I'd love hey, give me a fair shot. Like, let me have that conversation, have that on the regular platforms.
So what do you think about like shadow bans? Because I guess that point I was saying, like, so essentially like, we normally post about culture and music. And by the way, I've told people like when we came to Rumble, like Chris actually told me, says, hey, listen, you don't talk about politics before, don't talk about it now. Yeah. And he wasn't trying to get me to be political at all. And by the way, I don't think I'm political even still. Yeah. But am I an American? Of course, right? And when we get to a time like this, especially if you have a platform, you can sit idly by. And by the way, I would have the same conversation with Hunter Biden if he get off the crack rock. Like, I mean, if he was able to get here, we'd be able to do this. Now, what I realized on those platforms, though, I remember I posted something that was it was actually a factual thing, but it went against Biden. Yeah. And essentially, I got shadow banned for 180 days. Yeah. I won't say what platform because I have a good relationship. Basically, I talked to a few people and enough people that I'm like, what's going on? They're like, hey, listen, you're falling into the realm of being political. Just stick to the music.
Yeah. But if you shout on Trump, nothing would change. And that's the difference, exactly. Right? if you lean left, and then that's fine. Like there's no consequence to that. If you really lean right, you have to work that much harder to be able to get your message out there. Like I said, I see that with me, on Facebook, on Instagram, on just all of the places that I've been at. It's just different. The more I started getting, even if I had more followers, and I haven't had follower growth in 3 years because I'm just I'm out there and I'm vocal. But that's why it's so important to have a platform like Rumble where you can actually do that, where you can get both sides of that argument. You can actually hear. But if you look at even Google, just the way the search works, you're only getting, you're getting the CNN version of the story, not the truth. The first 7 pages will be that narrative, and maybe on page 300 of the search, if you're really diligent and you spend 7 hours, scrolling, you can maybe find, another viewpoint. But it is designed to push people to think that narrative is accurate, not even if it's not.
Do you believe that then, when Elon took over X, or Twitter now called X, he released the Twitter files and basically showed a lot of suppression, right? And it was basically suppression of certain
forms. Election interference, really.
Right?
I mean, clearly,
it would bubble up to that level, especially during election season when people are going to those places for this.
To join this MAGA train, baby. Choo choo choo.
Who got the chair? My God. Family, they sat down. This whole video is 2.5 hours long. I ain't finna listen to all that. I might have to get up to the part about reparations, and maybe we do the second part another day. They flew Akademiks 3,000 miles away to talk to this man. We ain't getting nothing out of this. They've been talking for like 20 minutes. They ain't getting nothing out of this.
The information. Do you feel like those, social media entities, which, people receive my content on social media, they receive, whether it's, someone disseminating your show or a clip off of TikTok's, Instagram, Facebook, it could even be X itself. Do you feel like they should have some oversight on maybe a federal level?
I'm sort of
becomes a town square, right?
Well, I'm sort of an absolutist on the free speech thing, and there's consequences. Right? Like your following can stop following you if you say something that's disgusting or gross. But like I don't believe if they enforce them equally, maybe there's something there. You probably hear me ranting about all the pedophile shit that you see going on in some of these things. It's like, how is this happening? And yet they don't seem to discourage some of that stuff. You know what I mean? Sweep more of that interest. It's less that you can put into a system. It doesn't just come back, right? And so, again, you had real wage growth, right? Inflation relative to what you're actually putting in your pocket under Trump for the lowest income earners, guys that were construction guys. And then, eventually, as after college and years of work, I get ahead, and then they were sort of literally perpetuates the problem where bad stuff happens, and it's like, well, the cops fall, and then it's
wondering, okay, what about these issues that seem to predominantly or just overly affect African Americans, whether it is police brutality or otherwise? Will there be any care about those type of things, especially when again, the reason why we have those, it lasted for a while. We're treated fairly by the people who are put.
I think police brutality is terrible, but I don't think that every cop in America does.
Oh my fucking God! I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was gonna say that when Akakun asked that question. Police brutality is bad, but ain't no but. Why do you need a but, sir? Jesus Christ.
These things, I think you have to deal with the cases when it's real, but I think the solution to some of these things isn't like, okay, we're just going to defund the police and have nothing. Like, I think if you look, some of these very, and it happens in the cities because they happen to be more left, and we're going to defund the police, and then 3 years later they're like, we can't understand why crime has skyrocketed. So
that happened in Baltimore.
If there's a cop that does something bad,
the cops don't respond no more.
Well, and I see it too. I mean, I know a lot of cops in the NYPD, and they're like, hey man, it's not worth it. I'm like, well, that person's being like raped, or like, I'm like, well, if we get involved and something goes wrong, and shit happens, unfortunately, right? Like you can have the best intention. I'm not sure, I'm not saying that it always is right, but like I will say, I think the vast majority of the cops mean well, and they're risking their lives, and they're doing these things. That doesn't mean you don't have to deal with it when it goes wrong, but to just sort of have this unilateral approach that all cops are bad and they're the enemy. Man,
that was the driving narrative for a while.
I don't think that worked out well for these places. You saw the mayor of San Francisco was like, okay, defund the police. We tried that and it's failed miserably. Like we have to get cops back on. But now cops are like the problem is you create a vicious cycle, right? You made it so hard. So some of the experienced ones that have 20 years under their belt, they're like, I'm out because I just don't want to mishap at something, and I'm sued. I lose my pension. I lose my job. I lose my home. I lose my wife, and my life is over. Those guys leave. Then you have sort of that fear. So you have this void that needs to be filled. So now you have to fill it with all these cops. So now you're filling it with younger people that are not experienced and a lot of them. So now you're lowering your standards and expand the time frame that you could look back on so that you can go after Trump for something apparently he did 25 years ago. Like this would be what's going on. And yet that's I mean, go after someone for lyrics. Like, I don't know, man. The First Amendment's pretty clear about these things, but it doesn't matter because, hey, we not face consequences. I think we do have a component of us which is like, well, we can get away with it in America, so it doesn't matter. It's like, I don't know. Like, again, 15 years being insane. We're going to listen to them. It's like, I mean, come on, man. It's not that hard. It's not that hard if you're not they're imbeciles because their narrative is just so screwed up. It doesn't work for the real world. Yeah. It works sort of for TV where, they can tell you everything you want and like without, but like,
sounds good in theory, just not practical.
Yeah. But the photo, the aerial photo of the guy's house, that was just so gangster. I was like, that's a cool story when I heard it.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. But it worked.
Good. I'm glad it did. You showed me around Mar-a-Lago yesterday and us having dinner there. I was like, wow, this is the same place I watched on TV that the feds, I remember when it happened, they're like, hey, they're at his crib, they're issuing a search warrant. Yeah. And how did that go down? I don't know if you were there or not, but how'd you hear?
Yeah, I was out of the country. I was really in the middle of nowhere. I got the call like, hey, they're raiding Mar-a-Lago. And I was like, for what? Like, it's like, and then it was like, well, they're raiding Mar-a-Lago with the hostage rescue team. I'm like, what? That's like the Navy SEALs of federal law enforcement, right? Like, those are guys those are the guys they send. Like, that's when that happened, she called me, and this was a couple of years ago now. Maybe not even. A couple years ago. And she called me like, something's up with that. I go, what do you mean? She's like, oh, dude, Kim used to tell me like, sweet.
Listen, huge debate going on in hip hop. I know you might not be too abreast or listen to every song, but I know you're a cultural guy. I can tell. Like,
that's the legal system we're dealing with right now. That's how much bullshit it is. But no one hears that, right? Like, you watch CNN, they won't tell you that part of the story. They won't.
I was very shocked just like driving through there, and it was like, hey, you could pull up your Zillow app, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that place right there, that's like just way smaller. Oh, that's 40. They got a call that, hey, there were guys on the block that were shooting a video and they saw weapons. They pulled up.
They don't even know?
Well, the police showed up. No one was there.
I guess that alcohol can do as much. I don't know anyone that's ever beat up their wife on weed, right? Like,
What? Oh, good God. I guess you live. Never mind. In Florida, they beat up people with cheeseburgers. Shut up.
My dad's wife, his wife's mother passed away, and they were like, well, you got to be in court. We're not letting you go to a funeral. This judge, I mean, before my father announced, I was a top contender for the Republican nomination. Even if he was in it, I was like number 2 amongst Republicans, right? For the, right? The world is not a simple place. So we're like, we got to support them at all costs. It's like, well, even if we did, we have nothing for ourselves, and we still don't make enough. So are we just going to drag this thing on for 5 more years, let hundreds of thousands of more young men, and at this point, probably even women, die on a battlefield for a war they're going to lose? Like, what's the upside in that? Until shit happens and you need some toxic masculine guys to go take care of the problem, right? Like, young kid, like, the teacher said, oh, it must be trans. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I told you last night, I was like, when I was a kid, I thought it was an airplane. My parents didn't let me jump off a building. And you're on TikTok. The kid that you're following isn't like the dumbest of the dumb that you have here in many cases. Doing
it's actually called something different. It's called like join them or something. 2 people, Elon Musk and Joe Rogan.
It's interesting.
Could that happen?
Hey, I never said.
Who's
never
the VP, man? We need a leak.
I saw some. You for VP.
I mean that could happen, but
Akademiks as VP. Trump Coon. Yeah, we already know where that's gonna go.
No. Bro, ain't no motherfucking way, bro. Ain't no motherfucking way.
Fuck it. And this is boring as fuck. We finna do this. I don't know what the hell I sped it up and I still all right. Here you go.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern.
We just finna get to the part. I can't listen to no more. Here's where they talked about reparations.
Reparations.
Mind you, white man on the left, Jamaican on the right. For those who don't know,
that's a conversation that's been ongoing. I feel like it comes up here and there, and people always wait for some type of, hey, listen, if people are getting either paychecks or what's supposedly due to them, what about
this nigga said paychecks, 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 paychecks. Hey, Kason, they probably told him to do that afterwards. Go get the presidential SUV. There's the goddamn bucket, and there's the sponge. Have at it.
African Americans and reparations?
And don't forget the rims. We know you Negroes like rims.
Yeah, listen, I'm not generally. I think it's you see the stuff going on in California, and it's like, well, if we took 10x the California budget, I'm like, what? Like, I look at, me. Do I pay into this? Like, my grandparents came here in 1906. We were never.
I think the idea is that African Americans built the country, so anybody who even are even a byproduct or a recipient of anything good should pay into the people who are the ancestors that helped build the foundation. And those.
Who wants to tell him? Who want to tell him? Because this is where the disconnect happens. Who wants to tell him? Oh yeah, I know, Hurricane. I know. Who want to tell him? Oh boy. I thought this was the cousins versus the government. Maybe I got it wrong all this time. I didn't realize y'all were going to tax motherfuckers that are not part of the government. I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Y'all can educate me.
Those direct descendants of those ancestors somehow, which obviously wouldn't be me, by the way.
I get the concept. I'm sort of, I'm not long these concepts because I think they're too complicated. I think they get taken too advantage of. I think, when you see some of the numbers that are being thrown around, it's like mind-blowing.
Like Bernie had said, he had mentioned that too. Like, it was like,
California, they're like, it's like $30 trillion and we can be fine. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what are you talking? Like, that's so, I don't know. I think it's one of these things, obviously a disgusting and terrible time in our country. But I don't know how you do that reasonably, logically.
No, if we had to use you for it, we'd never get it done. They built the access for your people to get here. Now be quiet. Anyway, there it is. Yeah. My head hurts. I don't know. Well, look, I Damon, you seem new, but welcome. I understand why he said African American because he's still he Jamaican. He look like a 42-year-old Jamaican. So I get it. Don't worry. Give it a couple more years. He's gonna start saying blacks because Caribbeans and Africans love saying blacks. There you go, family. There he is. Talking about reparations. Akademiks and Trump. I'm sure he'll be on Akademiks' next mixtape. They're going to do a nice hip-hop version of the Luther Vandross classic song, Dance With My Father. Here's the thing, Hurricane IQ. This was the same man who, before he talked to Tariq, talked to Candace Owens and started and mentioned it, and she went in there and made a face, and he didn't check her. Ooh, over 100 people in the room. Hit the like. Shout out to Twitter. Boo Tribe, you said, why is DJ Akademiks talking about American reparations? Because it's an easy way to go viral. He doesn't know better. That's the thing. Damo, you got to understand, these type of people you can say that they know better, but they don't want to know better. It's kind of like how we were kids and our parents would tell us something and it would go one ear and not the other. And then you find out years later they were actually right, but it's okay. The damage is already done. Triple Z, sure. He's the smartest African American. That's great. Tell him to stop taking welfare from the government, then maybe we'll respect it. Maybe, but it's okay. After the election, when he sells the app and it goes back to the old days, don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to show you how smart he is. But you have fun, sir. You have fun. I just want to know if you've reconciled to the fact that you're Hispanic and you understand race. If you've done, hey, I have learned you. That's all right. Now go get some sleep. It's okay. It's Thursday. You about to get paid tomorrow. It's okay. Anyway. Who else? Slander's truth. So this is why people always want to slap the fuck out of Akademiks. He's always speaking on ish. He doesn't know about. Hey, it is what is it? Hurricane IQ. Who is that? Oh, you mean Triple Z? Oh, that's Sleep. Oh, he was here Saturday. He was trying to tell us how he Hispanic but don't see race. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, good. Hey, Sleep, do me a favor. Go tell them Jews that. And when you get that on film and they say that you're right and we'll give back the money, then we'll take you seriously. So what we're going to do for you, sir, yeah, go find you a Jew real fast. Go do that. You can find them. Rabbi Shmuley's on X. You got Patrick Bet David. Well, yeah, he Christian, so never mind. You can't use him. Bill Maher's on X, Instagram too. Who else? Plenty of Hollywood producers there and directors and actors and actresses. There's plenty in the NBA, the NFL, NHL. Contact the people at BBC, contact Reuters. You can find plenty of them. You know what? You could jump on a plane and go to New York City, Diamond District. Plenty of Jewish people around there. You go and you can go to South America. You might like it tropical. You might like it tropical. Yeah, you can go do that. But be careful because they're the Izans. So it's okay. Well, you Hispanic, so you should be fine. Hell, you said Drake. There you go. Talk to Drake. If in between his ghostwriters writing his songs, talk to Drake. All these Jewish people we talk, when they tell you they're gonna get back the money because they don't need it no more, then we'll take you serious. So what we're gonna do for you, Z, what we're gonna do for you is we're gonna help you to get on your way. That's what we're gonna do because we're so nice over here. The ignorant and the racist, we have compassion when we're not being ignorant and racist. So you take that whole list I just gave you of them Jewish folk and you go talk to them about reparations, about giving the money back. Do that for me. All right, cool.
Smoke wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
There you go. There you go. That's how we gonna run that. I'm in my ultimate level of villainy. So yeah, I'm not dealing with it. Plus, it's late. It's late on a Wednesday night. I did an impromptu live. I got 117 people in the room. I'm not bogging down the conversation. We're not doing that. Not tonight, not no night. And I don't give a damn that you're going to go on your channel now and go do a response. I could care less. But anyway, as Tori likes to say, you might have something to say about this. Akakun and DJT Jr. So we're going to let y'all sound off real fast. So there's the link. We'll even give it to X. We'll do that. We'll even let them chime in. Because I don't even know what the hell's going on. So we'll put that in the chat over there. You want to say something? You can say something. Let's see if people want to say something. No, let Miss Niecy rest, because if Miss Niecy getting ready for Friday, family, and if you're not a member, you missing out on that stream. We're gonna do Friday night, 10:30. We're gonna have some fun in there. So it's 99 cents, helps me reinvest back in the platform and buy toys for the baby. So if you want to come up and say something, that's cool. If not, I'm going to bed. It's been a long day. But how was y'all's day? I kind of want to know, how was y'all's day? Hope y'all were productive. Knicks got to see the Knicks. The Sixers got to go see the Knicks next week, so that's a good thing. And the Knicks they got home court advantage, so that's a good thing. While we're waiting for that, Isabella Moody, you were funny as fuck. Yeah, you thought you were funny. You thought you were funny. It wasn't so funny when they came for you. Now do it. Where's the link for it? The membership? It should be like when you, I don't know, you're on your phone. There should be a join button when you click my icon and it takes you to the page. There should be a link that says join. Should be there. That is disgusting, OC. That is disgusting. But that is true. I'm sure he paid $18,000 to go to a boot camp to get this type of treatment. Yeah. Where the hell is it? Damn. I didn't set this up right. Yes, I did. No, I didn't.
I'm a man.
Forward.
I am.
Move
I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man.
Yeah, you know that type of treatment. Yeah. So Isabella Moody, you decided to say that, yeah, my daughter literally said the N-word. I'm so proud of her. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, you're so funny. It wasn't that funny when you were getting owned. And here's the funny thing about this one, family. Yeah, we represented, but even white folk, even they had to come and say, you're doing too much. She literally called the Tommy Lahren treatment when she said that all guys were trash. I would not be surprised by Monday. TP, Toilet Paper USA puts out a statement that said they got rid of her. I would not be surprised. Oh, yes, Hurricane IQ. She said it. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She said that shit. Somebody got the video though. Did I put it in my bookmarks? I don't think I saved it. No, I didn't save it. Shit. I got to talk about this on Saturday. This we got to talk about Saturday. Yeah, I didn't save it. Fuck. I can find it. Though. We gonna find that real quick. I need y'all to see this. Somebody got it. Whoa, what the hell is this? No, we got to bookmark this. Wait a minute. We might have to go down this Isabella Moody rabbit hole. Oh, we're gonna have to go down this. Where's the video? Where's the video? Somebody got it. Is that? But her account's not there no more. Shit. Somebody got the fucking video. Who got it? Somebody was out of line. I'm not even gonna tell y'all the comment they said. It was kind of out of line, but I get it. Damn it. Damn, they don't have it. They must have taken it down. Shit. Yeah, they probably took it down. Fuck. Damn, I knew I should have bookmarked it. But anyway, yeah, it didn't sound like the babies at it first glance. But then I listened to it. It did kind of sound like the kids said it, but they was laughing. And then, so between that chick and what Lauren Loomer did yesterday, yeah. Ooh, we got somebody up. CGI Kid Productions, hello.
Sup?
Same old is.
So all I gotta say is, what made me mad is that why was this dumbass talking to Don Jr.'s high ass anyway?
They're both on Rumble. Oh Lord!
I said in the chat like 3 times that John Jr. is obviously a crackhead.
Yes. I'm finna go look at this woman right here.
Every time his ass talk, it's like he's high. It's like he's high every time his goddamn ass, every time he talks. And then all he did in that whole entire video is lie. It just cap for his dad and lie.
Of course. But this is why we tell y'all, hey, November 5th, the Griff is over, and we've owned the couch.
Oh, I can't wait until Tanya's. I can't wait till Tanya's next video because y'all the real ones. Y'all the real ones.
Yeah, we try our best, but you know, you got to sell the Griff.
You should definitely do a video on Megyn Kelly.
I thought about it
because
I've done Megyn Kelly videos.
I gotta tell you, Tyler's in on that bitch.
She's too easy. Here's the thing, though, brother. She's too easy. It's not even difficult.
I mean, let me. I gotta give this to Professor Jason Black. I mean, it ain't Megan's fault that she's a 53-year-old aged out hag ass bitch who had the nerve to hop on the internet and be hating on Beyonce with her. I mean, come on. I mean, obviously, yeah, it is easy to go on. I mean, just like Professor Black Truth said, Megan is just desperate for attention.
Of course. I mean, like you said, she's a hag that's about to be cleared out. She got a couple more years, and then she gonna have to go home and be a grandmama. Ain't nobody gonna be checking for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm checking for this chick right here.
Yeah.
God bless melanin.
Yep. God bless the melanin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I ain't finna go to Brazil because I ain't gonna end up like Austin Holloman. That's all I'm saying. Now, the only way I would give her more process is let me find out she's on code.
Yeah, and now to DJ Akademiks. Let's get
Akademiks. Go ahead.
His broke, stupid, black ass pissed me off. Because that whole conversation, I was mad as hell because I was like, why are you talking to Don Jr. anyway? He ain't exactly the brightest light bulb in the goddamn room. Hell, his nephew Barron is probably smarter than his ass.
Well, he could dunk on him at least.
At least he wasn't talking to Eric. Now that would have been gold right there. Him talking to Eric Trump, that would have been so funny because Eric Trump is just plumb shit stupid. Now Eric is plumb shit stupid. Both of them are stupid like their father though. I don't get people that support Trump. I just don't, because at this point I'm gonna be honest. I did vote for Joe Biden, but I'm done with voting. I'm not voting anymore. I can't, because look, I'm not gonna cap. My mom is a Black American and my dad is a Nigerian, so that's pretty much how that goes. And I'm in college, and I love how y'all went in on that Clandis the Slandis Owens. That's my nickname for her. That's my nickname for that bitch.
Mm-hmm. No, she's been getting it for years. It's just that time. It just after everything that happened, because we warned her for years, this is what's gonna happen.
And then her little supporters going, see, I was watching one of your videos, and I had to. You had trolls in your comments defending that bitch.
Of course, listen. They defend her because she's exotic. She's from the Caribbean, and allegedly she got roots to this country. Allegedly, and she talk nice.
You had some black trolls too.
No, I know they like her because she to them she looked good. That's it.
Oh hell!
Listen, you can't. Don't do that. Don't do that. They're gonna come see you. Don't do that.
She don't look good to me because.
That's fine, but brother, niggas got her on their wall right now. Them niggas trying to bring back the pinup girls. Let them have it.
No, who I fantasize over is Tyra Banks.
That's fine, brother. But let them have Kundis. Let them have it. Don't mess up the thirst trap for them. Don't do it. Listen, they had fun doing their thing to themselves to the baby shower photo. Let them have it. Don't mess up the dream. They're hoping she lead a white man.
Oh, she ain't gonna never do that.
Listen, he worth $250 billion. You never know. She could catch him with the nanny. She could catch him with the nanny. You never know. Lord have mercy.
What if he leaves her ass?
Then you know what's gonna happen.
She gonna be broke as hell.
No, she gonna pay this man.
What she gonna pay him? She ain't got no money. Candace ain't got no.
Listen, has that ever stopped people from suing before?
Oh no.
There you go. She gonna have to work for the rest of her life to pay that money off. Trust and believe.
And she gonna die an old hag. I'll tell you that.
That's Christ is king. Is that what they say now? Christ is king. So she can she'll figure it out.
I enjoyed y'all going in on her ass.
Man, just as long as you share it out and let everybody else hear it.
Because I have a lot of thoughts in my head, and you know
what you should do? You should fire up your channel and put it out there. Maybe you'll spark something.
Yeah, I might start one.
Yeah, hey, listen, all you need is your phone, brother. You might catch something.
You, Lisa, and Taria, and all the other black media, y'all welcome on my channel because
just get it started.
For reals.
Make sure the content is straight. Get it started.
Oh, I especially love that stream that y'all did on CJ. What's his name? CJ Pearson.
Oh,
that son of a bitch.
Again, he's easy. He's easy.
You know who Jane Elliott is?
Yes, I know Jane Elliott.
Even
another one.
Even she owned his ass on Roland Martin. She owned his ass on. She put that nigga in his place on Roland Martin.
Anyway, but hey, it's fine.
And how is he the same age as me and I look younger than him?
Cooning ages you. We've told y'all this.
I can never be a coon like that. I can never be a coon like that.
That's fine. Hey, just make sure you know what's right and wrong.
Black conservatives talk. Even these black conservatives get on my last goddamn nerve. And the black liberals ain't no better.
Well, they can all go to hell. Anyway, anything else for you? Got more people in the back.
Yeah. Peace out.
All right. That was CGI Kid Productions. Cosmo Fury, hello.
Hey, what's going on? Just getting out of work. Been listening in the whole time, most of the time. What's good, man?
Same old is.
Oh, man.
Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. Let me look.
What happened?
Let me look on the screen. Let me look. Damn, the Lord is good.
Oh, woo, okay.
The Lord is good.
Okay.
Shout out to Montez Ford. Shout out to Jade's boyfriend, and I guess shout out to fucking Jimmy.
Montez?
Okay, anyway. Yeah.
I saw that post you put yesterday. What's her name? The one with all the surgery on her face?
Oh, Lauren Loomer?
Yeah, now, do she even got the balls to go do that in front of Felipe and Andrade? Will she do that? Or she gonna do that for them?
No, hell no, she ain't gonna go over there.
Exactly. She going right for the soft target. But as for this whole situation with Trump Jr., come on, we all know it like clockwork. He capped, just like my man just said earlier, he always capped for his dad. Always. So, he basically, that's it. He's supposed to be the younger connection to the fan base, or Trump's cult, or whatever you want to call it. I don't see anything. I'm not outraged. I'm not shocked. I'm like, okay, it's on schedule. But academics, like, come on, man. Like, come on. That dude stay out of line. And even with somebody who is questionable, as Joe Budden was telling you about yourself, and they used to work together. You remember they used to work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember you remember that whole thing with the Migos?
Yeah.
That situation? That right there explains you just how much of a D-Rider Ack is on everything. Look, it's just another form of grift.
He's gone after the goddamn election too. He gone.
I know. He ain't got nothing to say about Sean Combs, do he? I bet he don't, because that's another gravy train he don't want to cut into. He ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. But my whole situation with it is like, anybody listens to us, they know we ain't surprised. You ain't surprised. It's just, we just had to, that was hard to listen to. With the whole, I know why you put the Jigglypuff on. That shit kills me every time. But it was just a lot of hot air.
Them boys just be rambling.
Exactly.
Let's get to the show.
Yeah, I couldn't make it through that. Thanks for skipping. Thank you. Jeez. He was just basically.
I was watching them numbers drop. You're like, man, fuck this nigga. It's too late. Let's go.
He was ready to. He was just sitting there, just waiting for the biscuits to get buttered before he took a bite. To my act. Just basically get to the whole gist of it. It's like a lot of these angry little white boys that be making these videos to fill out time. Look, you don't like it because they got black people in it. Just get to the goddamn point. All right. Just we like our races up front so we can know the enemies we dealing with. Stop trying to dance around it. Just outright say it. But a lot of them are afraid to say it.
Nah, Zava, nah, these chicks work out. I'm finna show you some of these workout videos. Nah, they get it in. Now,
Yo,
the chick in the middle, she did track and field, so that ain't
yeah. And Jade's done a lot of that herself.
She a
Like
fitness,
all
and
types of stuff.
Naomi was a dancer. So
and singer.
Yeah, so and a singer. But shout out to they menses.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wasn't Jade's isn't her husband like a former baseball player?
Something like that.
Yeah. When I was covering the event at back like 2 years ago at Prudential Center when she came out dressed as Storm when she won a TBS title, she had the daughter there with her. I was backstage. Man, you see her in person, good God Almighty, man. I kid you not. I've seen her a few times because I've covered like 5 AEW events. I'm waiting for WWE to bring their asses to Prue Center again for the first time in a long time and stuff. Because I get backstage. As long as I don't take no pictures, I just there. I converse with some of them. It's fun. But yeah, Jade is very good.
What was this?
Oh, is that who I think it is?
What are you talking about?
In this picture. Oh, come on, man.
Wait a minute. We might have to hold on. I might be streaming all day, motherfucking Saturday. When was this? Hold on. 38 weeks ago. What was that?
That's Chubb Rock.
You asked me for that. 9.5 months ago. Wait a minute. Oh, we might have to cover this, family. Now I see why school. Okay, we might have to cover this. Because I'm looking at this. I was wondering why he put this up. Because this motherfucker been crashing out for like the last 3 days.
Damn.
He been crashing out since last weekend, but he wrote this and then had his picture. I'm like, why the fuck would you show up Whitlock?
Yeah, we definitely got, for sure, yeah. By all means, man. I'll be there to watch it and be there.
Even though I don't want to be putting on this nigga Tommy Sotomayor commentary, but I might do that.
But you dead serious?
What?
No, so you serious that Whitlock got upset when we were roasting him a couple of days ago?
Would you like? Why y'all niggas don't believe me? Y'all think I be lying on here? Bruh. All right. Y'all think I'm lying. Okay. We finna play. Now, this is what y'all seeing on the screen, family.
Yeah.
This is my YouTube studio. So this, y'all remember when y'all did the roast? They said I was like last place because my jokes wasn't hitting. I don't give a fuck. I didn't start the shit. Torian did. So that was Torian's baby. I give the brother credit. He ran that. But okay. I clipped it. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It got almost 2,300 views. It's cool. I take it. You think I'm lying that he ain't show up there? I didn't tag him. Y'all see the title. I didn't tag his channel. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm finna show you. Where is it? Dun 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 dun. Somewhere. He's like one of the last comments I had on this. Motherfucker, where is it? Shit. Maybe he deleted it. This motherfucker called us pathetic.
The devil?
No, he called us pathetic.
Oh, pathetic. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if was it this one or I don't know
His
if it was
workout ethic. His workout ethic is fucking pathetic.
Yeah, there's that. Now, what was that? That was the Clayton Clark video, right? Yeah, it was this one. He might have deleted it.
I expected him to look like fucking Prince B instead of Chubb Rock when he was younger, but well, I was shocked over that one.
Mm-hmm.
Bastard.
Where the fuck is it? I guess he might have deleted it. Yeah, this motherfucker said y'all are pathetic. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I think he probably did delete it before you can get to it to clown him more.
I wasn't even gonna clown him. I should have screwed.
No, he would, but you know what you know how they think. Oh, it's a smaller channel. I don't want to give people.
And you know this ain't the first time he said something to me.
You said that's not the first time?
It is. There it is, right there.
Let me take it. Let me hold on. Let me take a look at this.
There y'all go. And if y'all don't see it, that's his channel.
Oh, we retarded? Okay.
That's what it was. Y'all retarded. I was like, prove me wrong, then you have a weird obsession and want to see black people fail.
Nothing here, nothing to say on that one, right?
No. He know better. He know I'm right. Every time black people successful, he got something to say.
I mean, like, and my thing is, you capping for Caitlin Clark, her face, bro, that face.
It's not even that. Look, listen to what Professor Black Truth said this morning. Y'all gas that chick up. She gonna fuck around and become the WNBA version of Johnny Manziel.
Yep. You see what happened when they gassed up Rousey?
Yeah, she got kicked in the face, and her career was over.
Yep. Let them, so I'm just sitting here with popcorn. I'm just waiting for the same thing to happen. See, I don't think
WNBA players already said the Rook ain't gonna get it that easy. Diana Taurasi already said the Rook gonna have to come see me. They gonna bully this girl. And then what's gonna happen?
My bad, man. Somebody driving the damn car out.
Probably illegal. Anyway,
I'm gonna step down, let some other people come up. If they are, thanks for having me.
There you go. That's them. They running for the border.
All right, man.
All right, that was Cosmo Fury, but there y'all go, family. Since y'all don't think I was lying, there it is. That's the second time he got mad at me. And we don't care. Anyway, family, I'm gonna get up out of here. It's late. It's midnight now. Y'all can y'all go check brother Beatzilla before he sign off. Yeah. So I'll probably see y'all Saturday when we I might be streaming all motherfucking day. No, but you will see me before that. If you're a member, if you're a member, we're gonna have fun Friday. Don't tell nobody what we're gonna be talking about. But if you want to join the membership, so you can be part of the fun and see the members only streams that we have done in the past, including making fun of Cleardashians having relations with animals, you can click that link right there and it will take you to pay for a members only stream. And the membership, remember, it's 99 cents. Helps me reinvest back in the platform and buy toys for the baby. And every month that you remember, we acknowledge you with this here. Or if you give super chats or super stickers as well, you get that too. But anyway, family, I'm going to get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the day that is ahead. Oh, yes. Lewis Knowles, as I said, excuse me, at the beginning of the month, I am slowly but surely making the platform feel different. You'll still get the same education, but it will feel a little bit different. It will feel a little bit different. Even my transition, when I go to different websites, I made it a little different. And I got something cooking coming at the end of the month. And I'm still working on the MAGA video because we're going to need that. But yeah. So we're going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care. Stay safe. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
At the end of the day gotta end.